got two questions, brother. Like, so today versus how you view life back then. We know you had a structured life. You know you had your parents to show you the way you went off track, and as a consequence, you had to go through what you went through, and now you've become a better person now that you've gone through that. But where you at today? How do you view life today? And since you've spent so much time, um, like myself, in the penitentiary, you've pretty much grown in the penitentiary, where people were out here able to go through normal life and grow out here, become who they are out here. Your personality is built through the things that you go through in life. So from being in the penitentiary and coming out, we sometimes have a different perception of things. Some things that's totally disrespectful inside there may not be so serious out here. In the workplace, they may joke about certain things that it's fighting time. There ain't no joking about that. And out here it's different. A man may call another man a bitch out here, and it's okay. A woman may call a man.
It's not okay, but we tolerate it.
It's okay. It's okay for certain individuals.
Right. It's still gonna rough your stance. Right. You're not just gonna ha ha ha. But
you have some men call each other bitch, and it's okay. But I can't stand for that. You know. So how do you like even though you've been out quite a while,
5 years. I came home 2018.
Okay, I've been out 10 now.
Okay.
What I've learned in there, and who I've become in there, is who I am now. So it's kind of hard sometimes to communicate and deal with certain people who stand on different morals, have different perceptions of life, take things a little more, don't take things as serious, they're not as disciplined, or even in a relationship, things kind of it's hard to communicate at times. It takes effect on you to be somewhere for such a long time and told what to do, how to do it, when to get up, when to go to sleep, drop your plans, drop your drawers, bend over, squat, any time of the day. That has effect on a person.
Yeah, right.
So when you come out here, you don't want to hear. I'm open for constructive criticism. I can listen to anybody, but sometimes someone tells you like, do this, even on the job or in a relationship. You're like, hold up, I'm a man. I can listen to you, but hold on, I and you can't expect them to fully understand. But in a relationship wise, it has to be. That person has to understand. You have to understand her past, what she's been through. She may have been touched as a child in ways that were inappropriate, and now at 20, 30 years later, you can't even touch her that way because she went through what she went through in the childhood. But you can't say that's been so long ago. I'm your husband. You have to understand that. So for a relationship to be productive and move forward, it takes communication. This is what this is about. It takes communication. And it takes understanding. Whether you with your kids, with your significant other, with your in the workforce, it takes communication. It takes understanding. And if somebody don't understand, then at that time you either stay away from them, or y'all have a common agreement and you move forward. But it takes communication. This platform is about communication. And through all that I went through and what I believed 20 years ago, and would stand on it and would die for it, I look back now and say, damn, I can't believe I even thought that way. So there was growth in the hell. There was growth. In fire, there was growth. There was a purification. Not saying I'm the purest individual, but there's still room to grow. I'm still trying to learn. I can learn from anybody, anything. But your life was different. My life was different. We're here now. We got to make a difference.
Right. And, right. It does take a level of communication to move forward in life after incarceration, after prison.
Right.
It takes a level. It takes a level of understanding on both sides. Since I've been home, I've been in several relationships, good relationships, but it comes a time where you don't want to be told what to do. After doing all that, a leader finds things to address and he addresses. A leader very seldom is told what to do. He leads. That's what he does. He leads and he understands. Like, I got to do this. I got to do that. So if I find myself in a situation to where it's seeming like it's prison, like I can't move the way I want to move, I have that discussion or I had that conversation. Like, look, if I want to be dictated on how I move, I would have stayed where I was at. Right. It's either we get shoulder by shoulder and we walk, or we don't do nothing at all. We don't do nothing because I'm not going to allow nobody to put myself back in that mind state. His brothers out here. His brothers out here in the street in prison.
Yeah.
Mentally. We was physically shackled and bound, physically and mentally shackled and bound. But there's brothers out here and sisters out here that's never been physically bound, but their mind is just as locked up as it was if they was serving a 20-year sentence. And I truly believe that, and know that to be fact. So therefore, you can't allow yourself to resort back to that. They say if you prophet said if you ain't careful, your own brother will force you back into slavery.
Right.
So you got to understand where it is that people are trying to take you, because been in that situation for a long time, we kind of used to watch people washing our clothes. We got might not be what we want to eat at the child hall, or everything was laid out for us, so to speak, and all we had to do was live it. So if you become accustomed to that, and then somebody comes along and provides that for you, it's easy for you to fall right back into that groove, because that's what you're used to. You're not used to washing your own clothes. You're not used to cooking your own food. But borderline throughout the penitentiary, we kept ourselves human. I would go to the shower and wash my boxers out. I wouldn't wear other folks' boxers and stuff. And at the end of the day, I might make me a soup, or I was feed myself. And I didn't want to go to. I was blessed enough to have enough resources to say, well, look, I didn't want no child today. I'm gonna go fix me a soup or whatever. Right. So those little things right there was keeping you human, knowing that once you raise up out of here, that you got to feed yourself, you got to clothe yourself, you got to house yourself. Transportation really wasn't an issue then, but you got to get some transportation. But those who just relied totally on the penitentiary and administration to sustain their life, I can only imagine they may be catching hell out here. But there were little things I did within those 20 years that kept me human. Like kept me like, yo, it ain't gonna be no catwalk out here. Ain't nobody, you ain't gonna be sitting at the house and somebody gonna prepare you food. Right. Or somebody just gonna voluntarily wash your clothes for you. You know, you have to put yourself in a position, whether you get in a relationship and everybody have duties of their household, and y'all say, look, this is the house, these are your duties, these are my duties, and they split it off like that. But you can't understand, you can't think that it's gonna be a catwalk out here while you're in the penitentiary. People gonna come out here and cater for you, because life is not gonna slow down for you at no kind of shape, no form. If anything, it's gonna speed up on you. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying with even getting out, dealing with people. Like I don't joke like that. You might be they may be cracking jokes or something talking about it. I hear it and I'm like, whoa, whew. Right. But I'm free now. I'm free, and I understand that. Like, yo, they talk like that. That's on them. But I'm not gonna talk like that. I don't find pleasure and joy. I don't find nothing humorous about calling a brother out his name. I don't find nothing funny about calling a sister out of their name. It's not funny to me, because you never know what that person's going through. Now you compounding it with that right there. Right. But that's the culture of what we have today. So we just on this platform just trying to show that there are still some old school ways, old school vibes. Right. And we're not totally onto this new school wave, because I'm seeing where this new school wave is leading us. Penitentiaries, graveyards, things of that nature. Yeah, we all can make a difference, bro. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, being in that situation for that amount of time, yo, I'm able to move my feet now. If there's something I don't like and something I don't agree with, yo, I just move my 2 feet. I get out of that situation. I'm like, yo, okay, y'all can have that. It's right. No different than it's no different than a man come tell you pack your stuff. You going to an album mall. You might be at Brown Creek.
Middle of the night.
The man, middle of the night. Get up, come on. Yeah, here go 3 bags. Get everything you got in them 3 bags, and let's go. Man, where we going?
You ain't got time to tell nobody anything. Everybody you know, your whole family, your friends that you've been there with, you gone. Wake up, you gone the next morning.
To a whole nother arena. Now you got crucial. To adjust to this time schedule. Oh, I got this shower right here. Well, I'll be on the phone at 8 o'clock. Call my shorty. But your shorty, you've been calling your shorty every night at 8 o'clock. But you at a new spot, and dude already. So it's things you got to navigate. If you can navigate your way through these places, you can navigate your way out here. That's what I'm saying. So it's not hard.
Does it feel like, brother, for me, that I wasted so much time? Well, I kind of look at it as college anyway. It was prison, but I still took the time to apply myself. I was in every school that I can get into. I read several, like yourself, several books. Yeah. Fell in love with books. Stopped reading fiction books and start reading nonfiction books.
Yeah. Read the dictionary.
Right,
yeah,
read the dictionary. I still got the same dictionary, bro.
Yeah, read the
dictionary. My words highlighted. So I still got some of the same books. Got a good library.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's no time to waste. Since I was there, sitting there all that time, couldn't do anything, like just wait, let me in, coach, I can't wait. Countdown on 15 and a half years, countdown. So when the time comes, it's time to the gate open. It's time to move. I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to bullshit. Not saying that can't enjoy life, and sit back and relax. You have to, but I don't have time to bullshit. I ain't got time to waste, whether it be in a relationship, whether we with your kids doing the same shit, or on the job. I don't have time to wait. It's about living my life. I want to be able to sit back at the end of the day and be comfortable.
Yes.
I don't have to have $1 million, have to have everything in the world, but I want to be comfortable. I don't have from the time we spent in there, we wasn't working having a 401k that could possibly take care of us. So the little time that we work from here to the time to retire is not enough to take care of you. So I look at it like I gotta move. Some people may say, well, you move too much. You're doing this and you're doing that, and I ain't got time to stay still. I've been still long enough. I've been still 15 and a half years, and even before that, and get out. And the people that were here have been still the whole time. Some of them doing the same thing. But even those people, it's not too late. No. You might have wasted a lot of time.
No.
But let's do it. No. But it starts with yourself. Get yourself right. Then we can join hands and walk together. But it starts with you.
It's whatever you can bring to the table, so to speak. Me and bro, we've been experiences, and pretty much a lot of brothers gonna be watching this, been through our same experiences. But we also gonna get those watching this is that may not have been through our experiences, but what we call a swole, or we call we have a big bag, garbage bag, and bro might have a soup in his locker for the last 6 months. I probably got this old Jack back. I played cards for a boy. So it's a bag right here on this table. I throw my Jack Mac in there. Brother don't throw his soup in there. And brother over here might throw some rice. And got brother over here cutting up a pickle. And we all make this thing right here. And we all enjoy and get nourishment and get an understanding of what everybody contributed to this. Then you got the wraps and that stuff right there. So let's do that, but on a bigger scale. If you got barber skills, bring that to the table. If you got entrepreneur ideas, bring that to the table. If you got something that you bring it. Let's network and bring this thing together, and you contribute whatever you have. Because very seldom did not one man just buy the whole swole. Right. It was a contribution of everybody, so we can practice nepotism. So we can, instead of me going and ordering going on Amazon getting the oil for my beard, I get it from Brooke. Brooke got the same thing Amazon got, or whatever demonstration that you may have out there. You may be working on a call. You may have a tire connect or whatever it is. So I ain't got to go to Goodyear. I can just pull up on you, yo, man, which was, and we can honor each other in that way. But I can't support you if you ain't with whatever you have. I can't support an idea. I need something tangible to support. As well as I got to bring something to the table in order for you to support me. So let's network and get this thing together. And it just so happened that we all experience the same thing, but this is not only for people who've been through that system. If anything, it's for those keep people at that system, because everybody don't get to make it out. Everybody don't get to make it out with a sound mind and drug free and not being on hound dog or Thorazine or all that other stuff going on in there. So it's a blessing just to even be here and sit and talk and dialect with you, man. It's because it's what the people need. We got to keep it hot, and we got to just keep pushing it. Because out of what we're saying, somebody's getting something out of it. And that's our whole mission.
And it also makes me, if somebody getting some out of it, I pray that somebody getting some out of it, but it makes me feel good to get out, to give back, to give my experience, to give my analogy, to give my understanding of what I went through and the possible ways to avoid it. And if you do go through, the possible ways to get back on track, while at the same time learning. I don't have it all together. This brother don't have it all together. We're a work in progress.
That's right. But
I like the analogies you use. We speak about a swole where we get garbage bags and put soup in. This brother everybody get together and put what you got to put in it. Put some hot water in it. Wrap it up in a towel or sheet or something. Let it warm up.
Everybody
and we full
in
the most unconventional way. And this is what this is about. This is an unconventional way because we sit down having conversation. We don't have conversation anymore.
Right. We didn't have a platform back then. All we had was our local immediate environment, but now we have a platform to speak and talk and get what it is that we need to get off that brothers might be even going through. So you can just all you pay us is attention. That's all we need, just pay attention, and we'll pay attention also. We want to be paid attention to, and we'll pay attention to what avenue that we can bring in. It's like Voltron, forming Voltron, arm, the leg, everybody coming together and forming one system. Because if you went through a system, you understand how powerful a system is. That system was powerful. You know, we speak nonchalant about it, like yeah, we went in and came home and then. But let me tell you, there's a lot of things that we're not telling you that we'll probably take when we close our eyes, because it wasn't an easy system. If anybody ever tell you it was easy, you look at them kind of sideways. But like I say, that system wasn't meant for us to be sitting at this table today. It was not meant. We defied the odds. We went against all odds, and we are overcoming them to this particular point. And we're going to continue to overcome them because we're out of that system. You know, did everything. I appreciate you, reaching out, extending a hand. And I'm looking forward to even more add on because like the if the pen if let's just imagine, man, I read somewhere, man, they said, man, if the pens was if the trees was pens and the ocean was ink, it still wouldn't be enough to write the wisdom of the world. So that's a lot, man. Every ocean you see was ink, and every tree you see was an ink pen, and they were dipping it in there. It wouldn't be enough to learn everything within this thing we call Earth, man. So it's always something to build on. It's always something to learn. It's always something to talk about. It's always something to advance and make ourselves bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then give our kids and generations bigger, 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 and get them to understand like, yo, it's not what we was taught.
Right, and learn out the wisdom from the next man.
That's
You don't
right.
have to
That's
live. I don't
right.
have to live his life to understand
No,
what he went through and
no,
to take a different route. I don't have
no.
to experience the same thing.
It's
I can
just
see I've been there, and I see and I don't know if I've been there, but if you have, you see the motion, you see the look in his face, you see the expression when he's talking. This is what we got away from.
right,
If you hadn't been there, you can see the seriousness in his eyes. You can
right.
see it in his movement, his body language. So we don't have to go through what the next man went through to become that person or become better, because yours may not turn out the same way my life turned out, or this guy's brother's life turned out, or the next man's life turned out. You
Right.
may take your life in there. You may lose your life in there. So
That's right.
it don't take us have to go there. We reach back, like his brother said. He reached back and he started reading books. He gained the wisdom of those that came before him and applied it to his life, even though he never personally met them. Their legacy lives on, and it lives on through him. So for each guest that come on here that may have had their trials and tribulations, we're not judgmental. We're here. We're making this swole. We're putting everything in the pot. We
Everything.
mixing it up. We swelling it up, and we eating it. We digest it. Whatever's good for us, we keep. Whatever not, we discard.
That's right.
But
Tell
let's
your
have a
story.
conversation.
Tell your story. Your story may not be like his story. I'm not gonna tell my story like, boy, I was out here bang bang and then start and then pop and then now it's time for you to speak. Then your story is similar. I was wild, but we're not matching
No
stories.
competition.
You ain't no competition. Tell your story. If you was in the streets, you was in the streets. If you wasn't in the streets, you wasn't in the streets. But you still a man. If you sold dope, you sold dope. If you work for 9 to 5, that's your life, man. There ain't no glorifying one other over the other. Only thing we glorifying is you sitting here being vocal or just having a listening ear about what's going on. You don't have to. Your story ain't got to be about mine, but be truthful, be honest. Like I tell you out the gate, I wasn't from the street. I'm not from the street. I stepped in the street, but that wasn't how I was raised. I'm not finna glorify and talk about, oh yeah, getting this money, la 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 la, because that's not my experience. But if that was somebody's experience, I listen to them and I see, okay, damn, whatever must be real, whatever, what not. So that's how we come in here. It's no competition. It's just putting your whatever you got on, whatever you got on the table.
Whatever it is enough. It's not that
Right,
I contribute
right.
this, you contribute that. I don't care if you just contribute the bag that we cooking in.
Or
It
clean
all
up.
matter. We
Or
all got a system work together by
yeah,
different components, different units. So let's whatever you got to bring to be a part of the system is going to cause us to move forward and to understand one another and help one another. This is what this platform is about. And I appreciate you, brother.
mm-hmm.
You text me yesterday out of the blue, and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
energy has hit me.
I touched
You didn't
base
even
with you,
say
man.
anything. You
Yeah,
just
peace,
spoke, and
Mo.
I said,
Yeah,
"What you doing tomorrow?" So that that's the
yeah.
energy acts like
Just to
that, brother.
be
You
able
were
to
right
get
on
a,
it when I reached out to you. So
just,
I appreciate you
just to
coming
be
out
able
and
to
being a
have
part of
motion.
this.
Just be able to have motion on a Saturday with. I got things to do, but just be able to sit and talk to a brother for like an
Saturday
hour, two
morning.
hours, man, on a Saturday morning. The possibilities of other things that me and this brother can be into, whether of note. We can be in a million things of note
Right.
we can be into right now.
or
But
sleep.
awesome. Cause that 5 o'clock real through the week, boy. That ain't
Oh
real, boy.
yeah,
But what I'm saying is like we doing this just for the love of the people, man. The love of ourselves first, but then the love of the people. Because there's a lot of other things we can be doing at 11 o'clock on a Saturday. But we sitting down making a difference, and that's how it starts. Look back at us 5 years from now. Who knows, bro? Who knows? But let's take it the way we want to take it and do what we need to do with it. Because we both dedicated to what we're gonna do. You say 10 o'clock, pull up 10 o'clock. Man of your word. I kept my word. If I tell you something, it's that. If you say, look, if I'm running late, bro, I'm running late. But that's where it starts. Being
right.
accountable for this struggle. Because this struggle is our struggle. Ain't nobody from Saudi Arabia gonna come save us. Ain't nobody from Africa gonna come save us. Because it's not their problem. It's our problem here in America. This problem we have going on is our problem.
So
And
it's
therefore
left for us to deal with, us
it's
to
us
address.
us to deal
Right,
with. And this is how we start dealing with it. Is two.
right,
Huey, Huey and Bobby started like this too. Buddha was under a tree by himself. But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. We're not worried about the views or the numbers of that right there. We just gotta keep our ideas hot, keep our minds flowing, and keep that desire to do better. Because when the time is right, everything gonna put in place.
most
People,
definitely.
folks gonna come with the litigation aspect. People maybe come with the financial aspect, but people gonna come with whatever they gonna come with. We just gotta keep the platform jumping. We just gotta keep the doors open, and the people, which
Right,
we need people. We can't do it. We can set the tone, but we need the further generation because both our beards gonna turn gray after a while, and then we gotta be able. So we got to hear the voice
right,
of the younger
right.
Jew. What was it like growing up without your father, or what was it like growing up in 2023? I'm anxious to hear that story. I just want to imagine what these kids are going through.
We need to have the story with have those conversations with the youth because
Yeah, man.
we seem not to understand them. They seem not to understand us. The communication may be a little off because of the age and different time
Mm-hmm.
frames, different things is going on now didn't go on then, vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for us to understand the kids, instead of just saying they're crazy and generation XYZ is this way. No, let's have the conversation. The only
Yeah.
way we can understand them is the conversation. We're looking at the actions and
Yeah.
judge them off the actions. But before there's action, there's a thought. So the only way we get to know their thoughts is one way is through their actions. But let's sit down and have a conversation so we can understand their action.
That's right.
And there need to be uh, corrective action taken, then we know how they view life, we know how they think, and we can go in and doctor things that way. But not just sitting out and being judgmental and saying it's a new era of time now and what we did back then is totally different. Y'all, let's have the conversation. Let's see where they are because times change. They can enlighten us. We need the younger
Right.
generation to
That's
help
right.
us
We
move
need
forward.
them to eat because it's like me and bro might got the can of beans, but the young generation got the can opener. So we sitting here over here with the can of beans, like man, little young nigga boy over there, they ain't doing it right. Then the
Right,
young kids over here looking at us like we got the can open, but we ain't gonna give it to y'all.
right.
Cause now we understand now we hungry. So he got the can open, we got the can of beans.
And we
What we
both
gonna do? We,
starving.
we, we gonna starve, we gonna perish because somebody can't say, look, man, take this can open them beans and let's eat. Because somebody can't say, you little bro, come here, bro. When I open, I'm gonna give you yours. You know how baby is when you ask them to open some candy,
Yeah.
and they think you gonna take it
Oh,
from them, and
there.
I'm gonna give you, you know what I'm saying? So that's the mentality. And if we don't put our beans on the table and they bring their candle, bro, we're gonna starve, bro. We're gonna perish, and it's gonna be a no, bro. And then the universe gonna have to regenerate all this energy again and bring us right back to this point, to where we at. So you youth, bring your can open. We got the beans. We ain't gonna beat you. We ain't gonna run off with you. We ain't gonna take your stuff and all that crazy stuff. We gonna eat, man. We gonna use your tools, put the food on the table, and everybody eat. I like to use analogies and I like to use examples to apply it to a bigger situation. But what I was saying, that's just allegorical on what we're gonna need to do. And while the youth looking at us like them old school dudes don't really rock with us like that, they judging us because of our culture or whatever we into. And we looking at the youth like, boy, pull your britches up. But that's your culture. I don't agree with it, but I can't. You still deserve to eat. That big ball of fire that we call the sun, it shines light on everybody. It don't matter if you're a murderer, atheist. It don't matter. It don't matter what religion you into. It don't matter what color you is. It don't matter what you done in the past. It don't even matter what you doing now. But that big ball of sun in the sky shines light on everything. So therefore, I can't keep the knowledge and information just to myself. If I be like the sun, if the sun is a great example for me to describe man, because I feel like it is. I think the sun is a great example to describe man. If that be the case, the sun is not emotional. The sun don't say, "Well, I ain't gonna shine today. I ain't gonna do." No, the sun does what it does, and we adjust to the sun. If it's too hot, take your shirt off, cut the air conditioner on. If the clouds in it too cold, cut the heat on. But the sun don't adjust to no one. So therefore, we bring the truth to the table, not adjusting to no one. You adjust to the truth. You adjust to the sun. The sun don't adjust to us. So we're not here to adapt and address and adjust to the modern day culture. We're here to do a task.
We're shining the light.
Yeah.
You either run for the light or accept the light or
However you
help them
deal with the light.
direct the light somewhere else where it shines on someone else.
However you deal with the light gonna be. I've been here 45 years. It's been running the same route. 45 years, like clockwork. So, and that's what we do. We're gonna run the same route and let people adjust to what it is that we're bringing. But everybody, everything get light off that joke. No matter what they into, whether it's naught or whether it's positivity, they gonna get something from it.
Well, I definitely appreciate you coming out, sharing your wisdom, sharing your time.
Yeah, man. Anytime, man. Anytime, brother. Anytime, brother. Keep doing
Nothing
what you're
but
doing.
love.
Nothing but love. Love, peace.
Convo.
All